Welcome back, everyone, to our Disney Plus live reaction of the Ghost and Molly McGee, titled
Aqua Teen Hunger Ghost.
We're getting to that point, people. It's been a first, really, because we've reviewed a lot of shows that feature 13-year-old girls as the main protagonist, which is fine. Disney wants to appeal to the tweens and whatnot. But now we're getting to the point where we're addressing what happens with certain teen girls, something that a lot of mediums do not like to address. In fact, Turning Red addressed this, which caused a huge controversy. And we're going to be addressing that subject today with today's episode.
A period piece, and it's always sunny in Sunnyland.
I always wanted to use that insert. It's more than appropriate. So yeah, quick recap. Scratch is now the leader of the ghost world. We now have the Chents, who are ghost hunters that live across from the McGees. And right now, we're just trying to figure out what exactly is going on in this world now that the chairman is gone. There's a lot of possibilities here. So far, we've just been getting mostly light stuff, nothing too major. So it'll be interesting to see how this episode goes. I feel it's going to be another slice of life type episode.
Yeah, although after last week, we got a bit of a flash of something with Scratch getting a memory, a flashback real quick.
True, there is that plot thread now, answers about Scratch's life before he died. But I don't think they're going to really address that in this episode. If they do, I'll be surprised. But for now, let's see how they handle the topic at hand. So with that being said, let's get started and see what happens when certain cast members of the Ghost and Molly McGee need tampons. And play. It's a little early for Christmas music. Take the baby.
No, you can't have the popcorn.
I want it.
No, Scratch gets it all.
She doesn't need it.
Forcing me to be invisible in my own home.
I had to. With all our moms at the PTA conference, it'd be just mean to leave her out of our sleepover. Right, Libby? I guess. Whenever I think about being at a sleepover with Ondrea, it reminds me of the third grade sleepover and the incident.
The incident.
Ondrea may claim me as a BFF now, but you're my number one.
For the record, I have also been told this, so.
Come on, we even planned a whole fun agenda together. With stickers! We've got Puppy Prom at 8, Cornhole at 9. Ooh, this will lead to another incident, so we're gonna scratch that off. And then we gotta stay up all night and inevitably fall asleep at 11.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the kitchen, being invisible and eating my meal.
Hey girlies, I am so excited for a sleepover!
Oh boy.
Best friend selfie.
Eh.
Now that we're all here, the sleepover can begin!
So she came in pajamas.
I'm feeling something, but I don't think it's excitement.
Mm.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Molly, could you come here? What's wrong? I got my first, it's my time of the month. What time of the month? Aunt Flo is visiting.
I see someone's mom never had the talk.
How adorably naive you are. She means she got her first period.
This wasn't on the fun agenda. We're scheduled to build a pillow fort.
Don't worry. I've had my
Doesn't it always come at the most inopportune moments?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like the third grade sleepover.
Ugh, nothing to be ashamed of. I always bring a spare pair, just in case.
At least she's understanding about
Yeah.
this.
Could you fetch our girls some supplies?
You mean like a flashlight?
Oh.
Candy bars?
Pads, tampons, etc.
Oh, right. Definitely on the same page.
Oh boy.
Liz, Bobby, we're talking high quality cheese
Yeah.
here. Trust me when I tell you.
Where'd you get that wheel of cheese?
But you can only pay me in trampolines? Yeah, I can make that work. We've got an emergency. I actually need period supplies for,
Oh no.
I'm so proud of the adult you've blossomed into.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now, what's
Oh!
menstruation is a normal, natural process.
I didn't get my period. Libby did.
Oh, well, know that when your moment comes.
Seriously.
Scary movie speech.
God. Well, he's taking it better than most dads
Yes.
would.
Glad for my friends to get their period, but that won't change our friendship, will it?
Last change that happened in my body was that I didn't have one.
Yeah.
Not really an expert here.
Good news! I've reorganized the linen closet. Bad news. Your mom's fresh out of period products.
Ugh.
But never fear, I'll just...
She probably hasn't had to use those in a while.
I will come with you. Someone drank all the chocolate milk. I wonder who that could have been. It was me.
You know, I was nervous about tonight, but I'm glad you're here, Ondrea. Oh, look at my two best friends who are getting along so well. I mean, even though you don't have that much in
To be fair, they were friends before, right?
We are now united by a period pact.
It's like that South Park episode.
Unbreakable bond of sisterhood that will last forever. So now, who's ready for puppy prom? Huh, Libby? I know Hercules is your favorite. So,
As a resident period expert, I suggest we stream that new werewolf drama instead. Nothing takes your mind off of cramps like supernatural teen.
oh, yes, I have been dying to watch Blood Moon.
How
A little on the nose there.
I don't know what you...
Yeah.
Don't worry, Scratch. I've done this plenty of times for Sharon. I know just what to get. But all bodies are different. And what works for Sharon won't work for Libby. You're right.
Don't overthink it.
I literally said nothing.
Is
Oh, Christ's sake.
Should I have had with wings?
It depends. I mean, can these
Wings.
fly? But that seems pretty cool.
I mean, just to be safe.
Dude, you were gonna spend a fortune on feminine products.
Why are you upstairs with your friends?
Well, Libby and Ondrea are so buddy-buddy because they're grown-ups and I'm a kid who doesn't know period stuff or werewolf books or Belgian silk PJs. How do things change so much in a day? Libby's even outgrown puppy prom. Puppy prom, Daryl. She can outgrow that. Am I next?
Look, you don't want to get cut out of this deal. This could be a three-way pact.
If I want to hang with the big kids,
Don't
like a big kid. I need a grown-up. Thanks for the advice, Daryl.
You can only pay me
Novice.
pogo sticks. I can make that work.
Pogo sticks and trampolines as payment.
Who is he negotiating
I know.
with? Are they
Is
clowns?
this a fair?
She evolved.
Now she's Mollyfly.
Aww.
Okay, fine. One more hug.
The hair's so lush and voluminous.
Okay, something in there.
Oh lord.
Should we get Libby anything else? Maybe a little treat like ice cream.
I hear she likes the peanut butter kind with those little chocolate flakes in it.
That's your favorite ice cream.
Peter, do you think I would use our Libby's big moment as a way to protect
Do you have to?
Yes.
buy all my favorite snacks
Yes.
that otherwise would deem too expensive, even after I find a coupon? Would me, sir.
You're right. Sorry, Squid.
I forgive you. Now let's get some frozen pizzas, the fancy French bread kind.
Oh god.
Those are good.
Molly, you look
Ah.
God.
Sophisticated. And because we're also mature, I threw out that childish fun agenda and made a
You look like a clown.
with no stickers or anything. And bucks. Gee, my fellow distinguished elders. Some people prefer cocoa, if you can believe it, but not me. My palate is sophisticated. Yum, so good. I love how bitter and not sweet it is. It pairs well with this salty meat and sweaty.
This isn't tea. This is just hot leaf juice.
Uncle, that's what all tea is.
Oh, my own nephew.
extra cute.
No.
Cheese platter.
Charcuterie.
Oh god.
I'm so sorry. I'm not a grown up like the two of you. I understand if you want to go home, drink coffee, and do taxes. With a little kid like me.
In another life, I would like to just own a laundromat and do taxes with you.
Thing and you've outgrown me.
And like, it's no big if you don't have your period yet. Everyone's body is on their own timeline. I mean, my head wasn't big enough for the family tiara until I was 7.
Oh.
Yes, really.
What Ondrea means is we all grow at our own pace in our own special ways. And we'll be right here when you have your big moment too. Camembert? Classy choice. Yeah, Daryl had a whole bunch of cheese first. Anyway, I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Isn't that the one he was trying to sell?
Yep,
Hey, lady?
the big wheel.
Certainly.
Oh, God.
Overboard.
No, I can use this. Okay, Donovan, I gotta line up French bread pizzas and yum yums. Work with me. What you got?
And Molly McGee.
Damn it, Daryl.
I mean, you kind of have to get that sold quick if,
Yeah.
That's frozen. That's perishable.
Short hours. We'll be at Sunnyland, the world's sunniest and funniest theme park.
No more late night meetings.
I can't take another detention. What? It's basically the same as your things.
What we need is 1 week of pure, uncut inhabitification.
Happy World Land, Happy World Land, where all your dreams come true.
It's a small world.
No!
I'm getting cavities looking at this.
Tony Pataki with breaking news. It's a dark day at Sunnyland as a once-in-a-century rainstorm floods the park. For the first time in living memory, Sunnyland is closed.
Ugh.
But it's always sunny in Sunnyland.
Wait, our vacation is canceled?
I haven't gotten any notification.
Mm.
Okay, there it is. Yep, canceled.
At least they found out before they got there.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Gonna have to get those airline tickets back.
Mm.
And when you think about it, do we really need rides and attractions and Sundays to inhabify us?
Yes.
No, you know what, Scratch? I will not stand by and let this family be insatified. Ugh, I hate that.
Ugh.
I've seen you do some pretty incredible things, Mom. But unless you can change the weather, this vacation is over.
Well, if we can't go to Sunnyland.
Go let us go. There you go.
There.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise, but since we can't go to the park, I brought the park to us.
Went all out.
You are now officially on vacation. Leave everything
This is like something that somebody would come up to it with during quarantine.
Yeah.
Use your Sunny Bucks to buy merchandise. And we got sunny shades.
Wow, overpriced. Just like
Explain. Undershirts.
Upcycling is just one of the many reasons we love Sunnyland so much anyway.
Mm.
I have a very special guest for you. Okay, it's me, Sunny! Rise and shine, everyone!
She said the catchphrase. Best vacation ever.
Sounds like Minnie Mouse almost.
Mm.
Oh, God.
It is like a sauna in there.
It usually is.
Think I'll cool
You were
off.
wearing the sun.
Sunnyland, Sunday.
Ooh.
Sunnyland, Sunday.
Ice cream bar.
Unlimited toppings, Molly.
Oh, God, I want that right now.
Mhm.
Crime?
My emotions are appropriate for the
Yeah.
Sorry, Scratch, but the bar is for park employees only.
What?
You, upper management.
Aren't you upper management?
If you were to help me run the rides, you'd be an employee and get Sunday bar access.
I see what she's doing.
The old dangling of the carrot, huh? Well, dangle away, because I'm all for it. Give me a name tag. Can I be Duke from West Coast?
Yes, you can. Congratulations on becoming an official Sunday
Hey,
buddy,
Duke.
Duke.
Just run the rides. I keep them kids safe.
No.
Bring it in.
I feel so free.
This costume is the great.
No negative nimbus on my watch, you cutie.
Don't rain on my
The
parade.
thing about bribery is, it works.
Chase the rainbow.
Enjoy the Rainbow Rapids.
Well, color me excited.
It's Rainbow Road, but with sledding.
Welcome to the Sunny Buggy Tour of the Sky. These little guys love to brighten people's day, but don't get on their bad side. They're a little hot-headed.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
Yes. Good one.
That was a real gas.
But watch out. The last passenger to see the strut people shimmy was blown away. We never found them in the stretch.
Got the wind knocked out of them.
I love the smell of fresh confetti.
We've reached the end of the rainbow, and therefore the ride.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Molly, that was perfect.
It's like the Jungle Cruise ride.
Well, you know me. When it comes to inhabifying, I am unstoppable.
Can't wait to see what you have planned for tomorrow.
Okay, right. This was going to be a week-long vacation.
Put on my sunny shade.
Hmm.
Not the
Hi,
ones,
Nin.
the round ones. They complement my face shape.
Welcome to Sunnyland.
This is ice cream soup, which is clearly a...
Why'd you leave it out all night?
Did you get any sleep?
Who needs sleep when you can thrive on the joy of your loved ones? Don't worry, Sunday coming up.
You look really tired.
I've called for reinforcements. Oh, look, and here they are. Oh, Libby, I'm so glad you're here. I could really use an extra pair of... Wow, this is just like Sunnyland. Or so I imagine. I've never actually been there because we've never been able to afford it. And is that the cloud coaster? Ooh, I've always wanted sunny shades. Well, here's
Great,
your
another
chance.
person to happify.
No, you're right. You deserve an amplification too.
Ooh.
Do you happen to have any sunny shades in blue?
That is blue.
Is it? Seems like more of a team.
Oh, shut up.
Does the solar fair light show start?
Huh. Now it's exactly like Sunnyland.
Yeah.
We have something to say. We're sorry.
We were having so much fun, we didn't stop to think how hard it was to keep Sunnyland so sunny.
I can't believe I didn't see it. I must have been blinded by my sunny shades.
Dude.
Probably put a lot of work into those.
Yeah.
This is a family vacation, and you should enjoy it too.
It's always sunny.
Mm.
Still hear it.
It's a sunny, sunny world. It's a sunny, sunny world. For reference, I used to work at Disney World, and I've talked to people who actually worked on the Small World ride. Nobody lasts more than a month. At least until they fixed it, and they made it so that the music only stayed in the ride. But before that, yeah, that was the equivalent of torture.
And also, all the Disney cast members are required to smile at all times, with exceptions.
The only time you're not required to smile is if you work either in the Haunted Mansion or at Tower of Terror. And the wait list to work for those places is extremely long. I'm talking years long.
When you're there at Disney, be good to the cast members. They are going through a lot. They're trying to hold that smile, so don't give them a hard time.
It's like working at a fast food restaurant, except you have to deal with assholes from all around the world. All the time, every day, long hours. Not allowed to sit, not allowed to frown. Ever.
That doesn't just stick with Disney. That's all theme parks and all jobs. Be good to the employees that are helping you.
Or we will spit in your food. I'm kidding. I mean, I understand Molly wanting to cheer her family up after her vacation got canceled, because that sucks. And, you know, they were all looking forward to it. I just feel there should have been a trade-off, though. It's like, cool, she did the thing for the one day. Her parents should have been like, oh yeah, our kids should both be enjoying this. Let us take over for them and do a day. But no, they all just expected her to keep going. Didn't even bother to see, you know, that she was basically making herself miserable.
I get that they got caught up in it, and Molly tends to way overdo everything, but at least she had the foresight to get Scratch to help her out.
Yeah.
Even if it was through bribery. The most manipulative bribery.
Whatever, he's a ghost, so I'm sure he doesn't mind as long as he gets food. It doesn't matter what food it is.
But it's like, yeah, at the same time, let everybody have a turn. It's supposed to be relaxing for everybody. And she went to all that work. The least you could do is take the time and let her enjoy it, and you do a little bit of the work. I mean, obviously that is what ultimately happened, but it's a shame they had to destroy everything before that was the case.
Yeah, it's like even Libby was supposed to help and just got caught up in everything. It's like, dude, Libby, I like you, but you made a promise to help someone.
I could say that it seemed like Molly didn't necessarily tell her what she was going to be doing, because she was completely surprised when she walked in the door. So I get the feeling that Libby didn't know ahead of time that what she was supposed to be doing. So yeah, it only makes sense that she thought, oh, this is for me too.
Just goes to show Molly's her own worst enemy when it comes to stuff like this. And again, not letting people know when she needs help.
Yep. She's got that toxic positivity.
And said that whole episode about the period reminded me of that South Park episode. Remember where the boys
where everybody has the stomach
they had the stomach issues which
problem.
caused them to bleed, but they thought they were having their time, so Kyle lies and said that he got his, which makes Stan feel left out, and he actually takes testosterone tablets to force himself to grow up. That's what this reminded me of. Of course, it's slightly different with girls. I don't know what it's like to be in Molly's position. I actually was a pretty early bloomer. I was the first in my class, to have my time, to have boobs, to get leg hair, and so on and so forth. At one point, the girls thought I was faking it, because they're like, those boobs aren't real. And I'm like, well, joke's on you. I'm not wearing a bra. So yeah, I wouldn't know that. It's funny because the girls that made fun of me initially for developing so early suddenly were coming to me for advice and for stuff when they got theirs. It was like, aha, the tables have turned. I was nice, though. I always lent them stuff.
And then, of course, oh God, if I'm not part of the thing that's going on, I'm miserable. And I'm going to stoop to make everybody else miserable, passive-aggressively maybe. Even though it's not exactly the situation that you want to be experiencing. I get that you never want to be in a rush to grow up. Even if you are at that age, it's gonna happen. Just enjoy your youth while you got it. I can't stand it when people are in a rush to grow up.
I mean, I can imagine it's pretty tough, because you think everybody is, moving on and getting older and stuff, and you still like the same kiddie things. But the point is, if they're your friends, then that shouldn't be that big of an issue. I mean, they should acknowledge that everybody, has their time when they have their time. Another thing it reminds me of is that Our Real Monsters episode. Remember when they were all shedding?
Yeah.
Except in that case, the last to shed was the one who grew up all at once.
Yeah. And Ickis thought he was going to be the last one.
Yeah. He was panicking about it.
Yeah.
Trust me, no girl wants to be in a rush to get her time. It is a miserable experience, especially the first time you get it. I literally had to take a week off from school because of how badly I was handling my first time. Yeah, you don't know what you're doing at first, what to buy and everything, but you learn over time what suits your body type. Although I will say, always go with wings. Always go with wings, your laundry will thank you. And I do appreciate that her dad wasn't, skeeved out or panicked by it or anything. At most, he just overthought it. But at least he was used to buying it for his wife, so he knew what to get. I guess he just
At least for her, anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the crash course once you get a girlfriend or a wife or something. You kind of got to learn to get stuff for your wife. I know you've had to do that for me on many a vacation.
Yep.
I know a lot of guys see it as embarrassing or gross or something, but
it's a normal thing.
And if you're gonna live with a woman full time, you gotta learn and adapt and be used to this shit, because it's gonna happen for the rest of their lives, at least until they become middle-aged. So
I commend him for also not immediately thinking, oh, just because this works for my wife doesn't mean that it's gonna work for other girls as well.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has different levels, so, you have the light, medium, the heavy, the super heavy, and, yeah, it's tough when you don't know how the person's flow is, so you don't want to get something that's, too overly much where it feels like a diaper. You don't want something too small where it causes a mess. It's tough, but usually the person knows enough that they'll tell you. By this point, I have my brand. He knows it. Who saves ourselves the trouble and aggravation of when it happens. Although that was bad timing. Her first sleepover with Molly and Ondrea, and that happens.
Well, like we said, isn't it always at the most inopportune moment?
That is so true.
Yeah.
I literally got mine on my wedding night. That was peak level of how inconvenient time of the month can be. I was really impressed with Ondrea, though, that A, she didn't make fun of her, B, she was understanding, and C, she actually had what Libby needed in order to get through it properly.
Yep.
She's like, oh yeah, I've been through this for 3 months now, so don't worry, I got this, this, and this, we should all be good. And it's yeah, she didn't take into account how Molly would feel about it, given that I assume her parents told her nothing. So she kind of was ignorant about all this.
That kind of surprises me, though. Especially given how open her parents are. You would figure they'd have the talk at some point.
Not really. I mean,
I know it's kind of, handled as it comes, but it seems like they're the kind that would not shy away from it.
Yes and no. I mean, Sharon does come from, like, a Thai family, though, and a lot of Asian cultures really do not like to acknowledge or talk about that aspect of a woman's, development at all. If they do, they kind of tiptoe around it. It's the same thing with, like, the sex talk and everything. It's a big culture thing. So I imagine, even though Sharon is more of a modern mindset, that probably is still something she's not exactly eager to talk about. You know how she likes to avoid things she doesn't like to talk about?
All that considered, we need to make this normal, and this is definitely helping to do that.
Yeah.
This and Turning Red, it's like, don't shy away from that topic. It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be addressed. It's going to be something that takes precedence in your life for quite some time. If you are a woman and if you are in any relationship with a woman.
Thankfully, nowadays there are more options, like birth control options, that make it so you don't have your time as much. But even then, it's still a part of your everyday life. Like I said, it doesn't go away until menopause when you're like an older person. But even so, with girls especially, it's a sensitive subject, especially since so many get made fun of at first by girls who don't know any better or boys who are just immature. And yeah, this has got to be like destigmatized big time. Although one thing I do wish her dad talked about, I wish he mentioned how expensive all those feminine products is. Because seriously, feminine products, despite the fact that they're a necessity, are considered luxury items.
Yes.
And so because of that, they get an additional, like, woman tax on top of it.
Stupid pink tax.
Like, paying for, like, a thing of pads is like paying for a carton of cigarettes. It is grossly unfair. It's like, if you can make diapers cheap, why are feminine pads so much more expensive? It makes no sense.
I don't want to discuss politics right now, but that's certainly something that just is ridiculous and needs to be dealt with.
Although I will say, pizza and ice cream do help with cramps. And tea. Definitely tea. What's the next episode?
Next time, I want to dance with some Molly and Davenport's On Demand.
So I guess we're going to get another episode of Molly attempting to start something with Ollie and I guess change his mind about Ghost, and it's probably going to backfire horribly. And something tells me that until a drastic measure is taken, he's going to keep that anti-Ghost mindset. But she, having her girl crush, definitely wants to keep him around, so she's going to try real hard. But also we get another Ondrea episode.
Yep.
Like I said, I liked her in this, so it'll be interesting to see what they do in the next episode with Ondrea. Like I said, she's become a lot less obnoxious, less of like a stereotypical mean girl, valley girl type. I actually am no longer annoyed when I know she's going to be in an episode, so looking forward to that. With that being said, till next time, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And moral of the story, always bring pads with you, or tampons, or something. You don't want to be caught without it. Because like I said, it will strike at the most inconvenient time. Ah, fuck.